Arsenal won, Atletico won in Madrid. Champions League semi-final. We went from PSG 5, Bayern 4, football heritage last night to football sewage tonight. It was crap. There is no denying that. However, there was huge controversy, and I've got to say straight away, I know I'm in the minority. I think we did a poll on the watch along, and it was about 65% saying it wasn't a penalty on Eze. I think it is. I don't want to be the person who isn't, even-handed in my own mind. And it would be pure, I don't want Arsenal to win the league. I want to hate on Arsenal if I said it's not a penalty. I can understand why people don't think it's a penalty, but to me, it is. And the thing is, with that, right, the left foot of Eze is simulation. He wraps it round the defender's leg to take contact, and I don't think that does him any favours. But as I said, I wanted to see the VAR angle. I wanted to see what happens to his right foot. And if you ignore the left foot, the right foot is the foot that he moves the ball away with. The Atletico defender commits to get that ball. Does he touch the ball? No. Does he touch Eze's foot? Yes. It's a penalty. It's a foul. If that happens on the halfway line, the left leg doesn't come into it. If that happens on the halfway line and Eze gets there first, and he's late, and he catches him, it's a foul. Soft or not, it's a foul. I think it's a penalty. And I just can't... I don't want Arsenal to win the Champions League. I want Arsenal to win the Premier League because I don't want Man City to win it. But I don't want Arsenal to win the Champions League. I don't want an English club to win the Champions League. So I want Atletico Madrid to win. But I have to be fair. If that happens to a Liverpool player or a United player or a City player or an Atletico player, I've got to look at it even-handed. I think it's a penalty every single time. And the funny thing is, when he got sent to the screen and they kept showing the same angle on VAR, I was like, how can you not give this? Look at that angle they kept showing him. And it's like, Eze kicks the ball away. He's late, hits the right foot. Eze goes down. Whether you think it's soft or not, I think it's a foul. It's a penalty. So look, I think Arsenal got robbed of a penalty there. And ultimately... yeah, there's a bigger thing to talk about. The game was rubbish. But I think also from Arsenal's point of view, the penalty on White in the Premier League wouldn't be a penalty, but we saw it last night. It doesn't matter if it deflects off another part of your body. It doesn't matter whether it's unlucky. I actually quite like the Champions League handball. I know where I stand. In the Premier League, I never know if it's too close. He's hailing a taxi, so it's not really an unacceptable hand movement. In the Premier League, I've got no idea what a handball is. And I don't think that would have been a Premier League handball.
The Haram Derby lived up to its expectation. We had an absolute blockbuster show last night. It was always going to be that this game here between Arsenal and Atleti was tactical, it was defensive, it was organisation, grit, determination, making sure that, there aren't any kind of gaps in between the midfield and the defensive lines. It was always going to be that game. Anyone that thought anything differently, fool. You are a fool. You are a disgrace. But if you're an Arsenal fan, you're not going to care one bit. This is advantage Arsenal. Arsenal will go to the Emirates as favourites at home in their own backyard, looking to get through. They are going to be 90 plus whatever extra time, whatever penalties away from reaching a Champions League final. It is mad. If you gave this opportunity to Arsenal and said to them, yo, you get a 1-1 draw at the Metropolitano, where Atletico Madrid have beaten the likes of Barcelona 4-0. They've beaten Real Madrid 5-2. So they ain't no pushovers. They spent a lot of money. They've got a lot of talent in their squad. And if you said to them, yo, you are going to be 90 minutes away from reaching the final of the Champions League, they would have bit your hand off. You know what I'm saying? They would have absolutely bitten your hand off. I originally went for 1-1, guys, yeah? Yesterday on the Big Six, we all got our predictions in. I said 1-1. I'm not going to lie to you. Maybe I got too carried away, yeah? Because I got a bit excited today. I got a bit giddy. And I said to myself, what if Atletico Madrid do a madness and smoke Arsenal? What if Atletico Madrid decide to turn up and just smoke Arsenal? What if? You don't know, you know. But again, fool. I'm a fool because this Arsenal team don't concede many goals. They don't concede many. And if they do, then you know it's going to be a feast. But they don't really concede more than 2 goals. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you get one, you're lucky. And when you have Saliba and Gabriel there, and then behind him, David Raya. Guys, David Raya, man, I think for me, in terms of world football now performing at their peak rate, when I talk about peak rate, David Raya is performing at his peak rate. And what I mean by that is that right now it feels like nothing can get past him. Yes, he could see they scored a penalty at Atletico Madrid, but I'm talking about from open play. Like, anytime Atletico Madrid had a shot, wide. Anytime Atletico Madrid had a shot, straight at the goalkeeper. But it feels like he's ready